Welcome back, guys, to your second Db2 tutorial. Now I'm going to go a little bit into the basics of Db2. So I'm not really going to go into how to install it and all that because that's really super boring, but I am going to tell you where to install it. So I made this handy dandy link right here. Just go to bit.ly/db2 community edition. And that is a very convenient link. Secretly, I want to track you. That'll take you to this page and you can see my beautiful face. Anyways, you can click this download now button, and as you can tell, my internet is extremely fast. Once you get to this page, it's going to ask you to sign in, and then it'll give you some options. And just download the full thing. When you are deploying, you can get smaller versions of Db2 without all the extra tools and stuff. But since we're developing, we're just going to get everything. So once you're here, sign in. If you're a first-time user, click yes, and then make sure you read that good book, and then click I agree. Then what you want to do is download the version according to what operating system you're on. So I am going to go with the Mac version right here. When you download it, you're going to go through the installation process. It'll ask you for a Db2 user and also a user for something called Data Server Manager, which I'll talk about all of that, but just make sure you write all that information down. Going through the installation, you're going to install something called Docker, and it has this cool little boat whale logo thingy. And this is a container software. If you don't know anything about containerization, well, we're on the same page. But essentially, it's just a way to have a consistent infrastructure for your applications. It's kind of like a virtual machine, except it doesn't have the entire operating system, if that helps you understand it any. Anywho, I think I'm getting into way too much detail. The most important thing is that you get to this page here. So when you get here, you'll want to use your Data Server Manager username and password. Once you get in, you're going to want to put your Db2 credentials, so I believe it was Db2 inst1, and then just whatever password, and then you can click Save Credentials to Repository and click OK. There are all kinds of things you can do with this tool. Generally, Data Server Manager is the tool used to manage your database, so there's all kinds of administration, monitoring, and all kinds of other fancy things in here. I just wanted to point out a couple things. So if you go into Administer and then Tables, you're going to see all of your tables. So if you click a specific table, you can go in here and click this data button. That's going to show you the data of the table. So this will allow you to see the columns and the data types and all the data inside of it. This will help you see the way our data is represented in a relational database. Another thing you can do is run SQL or SQL. This is where you're going to type in all of your commands to communicate to the database. A couple other things is you can click this little hamburger panel thingy-majig, I don't know. Click that and click Data Studio. Now this Data Studio is an optional thing you can install, but I would highly recommend it, especially if you're going to be doing anything with stored procedures. When you open it, you're going to get prompted with this right here, and you can think of this as kind of like Eclipse. And if you don't know what Eclipse is, it's just an IDE used for programming. So you can click OK. It looks kind of funny because we're in this virtual machine sort of thing, but once you have it open, you get used to it and it's really not so bad. So you can go in here and you can connect to your database here. So you can use this tool if you want to get more into the development. I'm sure there are a ton of tutorials online. This is not going to be the start of my focus. I just wanted to show you that so you know what it is and how to get into it. So let's go back and let's look at the connection details. One interesting thing here is if you scroll down, you can click this little link here. And this will allow you to use Data Server Manager in the browser. There you go, and you can change your database up here, so I can go back to the sample database. And yeah, that's that. Let's go back to the windowed version. And that's basically all I really have to say to start you off. In the upcoming videos, we'll be running all of our commands in this Run SQL panel, so you are good to go. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll start talking about some more concepts, and then we'll come back and learn some hands-on things. So, see you then.